Hello, folks. Welcome to the show. This is Time Is Now Paranormal segments, and actually, I got a good one for you tonight. This quick little segment is actually a UFO one, and we're going to go right back again from Susan in Michigan, and she has a great story for you tonight, folks. Susan, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Chuck.
So, to go ahead and kind of, I'll lead you into this. Go ahead and, now you said this is somewhere, and this is out of Warren, between 91 and 92, and summertime.
Yes.
Take it away.
Okay. Well, I was in bed and I was sleeping, and if I remember rightly, it was between like 2, 3 in the morning. And I was awoken by a deep humming sound. I don't know any other way to explain it. There was no variation in it. It was just a steady sound. There was no pattern. It was deep and it was loud. When I opened my eyes, my whole bedroom was illuminated in white light. My blinds were closed. There shouldn't have been any light coming into that room. And my initial thought, which I think anybody would have thought, maybe the police are looking for somebody and it's just a spotlight, so they're looking between houses or whatever.
Sure.
But then it wasn't going away. So I decided, of course, I'm going to look out my blinds and see what's going on. But this light was very bright, and it even in my bedroom, it bothered my eyes. Well, I pulled the blind back, and what I saw, even to this day, I told Chuck I'd rather live in a haunted house again than ever feel like I did that night. But there was a UFO, and there was a light coming off of this thing that it's not even a light white color that I can describe. I've never seen it before. It is blinding, and I could see the shape of the craft. It was blurred because of the light, and you could not look at this light for more than a couple seconds at a time. It was impossible. And it was huge. It was, I can't even really guess how big it was. But I was petrified when I saw it. It was hovering over a Colonial on the next block over from me. And
So this was a colonial house?
yes.
So was it bigger than the house?
Oh, it's much bigger than the house. Yeah, I would.
If you had to guess, how many houses, size-wise?
Probably about 8.
So it was the size of 8 homes above this colonial home.
Yep.
And, okay.
Yep. And needless to say, I don't know how all of you would react, but I was petrified. I dropped to the floor of my bedroom. And the only thing that kept going through my head is, oh my God, what if they know I saw them? What if, what are they doing? They're probably abducting that family over there. The things going through my head were like crazy. But I was scared, and so I proceeded to crawl very quietly across the hall into my oldest daughter's room, who again, poor Lisa. And I woke her up.
Does Lisa remember this?
Oh yes,
Okay.
Lisa remembers this vividly.
Okay.
So I woke her up, and there was light coming into the house from this. It wasn't just my bedroom. And I said, you gotta be quiet. But I said, get down on the floor. Get down on the floor. Don't say anything. Just follow me. And she's like, Mom, what are you doing? And I'm like, shh. So we crawled down the hall and into the living room, which I have a big picture window.
Right.
And
I can see it.
Yeah, and that's facing where this UFO was. And I said, okay, now tell me what you see. I said, just real carefully pull back the blinds. And she did. She looks at me and she goes, Mom, what the fuck is that? What the F? And I'm like, shh, be quiet. I said, just stay low. Don't move. Don't talk. Don't do anything. And she's like, well, we're just supposed to sit here. I'm like, well, I don't know what else we can do, but you know what? Don't move. So, anyway, it lasted for a good 20 to 30 minutes. And finally, we noticed that the light was not as prominent in the house. Mm-hmm. It started to dim somewhat. And then
So you stayed in the living room the whole time?
Oh, I was afraid to move. I was afraid because, you know.
And she was with you too?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And she was as scared as I was. So, basically, after like 20, 30 minutes, it left. And it left us with a whole new outlook on what UFOs look like. You can't question it. I know what I saw. My daughter knows what she saw.
For sure.
And honestly, I don't ever want to experience anything like that again.
Well, 1992, and here we are in 2019. I'm sure it'd be the same if you saw the same thing today that you saw then. You know, that's just totally fascinating. So I think
fascinating for some.
I was fortunate this year and saw, excuse me, some interesting things, but we're not going to go into any of that. But no, I thank you for sharing that story with us. And if you want to elaborate too, since we're talking about the neighborhood and where we are right now at the Warren House, if you want to go into the strange things that was on top of the rooftop over there, they're like the Dogman.
Yeah.
That of Warren.
Yes. Honestly, I did not see it, but there's a family that lives the block behind us in a large colonial, and our kids grew up together.
Another colonial.
And our girls were over there quite a bit. They all played together and hung out and whatever. And there have been times that they had spent the night over there. And both the girls came home one day and told me that on the roof of the house across the street at night they would see this black dog figure with red glowing eyes on top of the roof of the house across the street. And I'm like, are you guys nuts? You know, what are you putting in your Kool-Aid? And they're like, Mom, we're not kidding you. You know, we've all seen it. I said, what do you mean all? She said, all the Campbell kids, their mom and dad, we've all seen it. And I don't know what else to add to that other than for years. I mean, I don't know if it could be happening still. I don't know.
And this is a block from here.
Yes, it's just one block behind me. Yep.
Well,
numerous times that family saw that thing on the roof.
Well, there's that huge patch of woods that's over there that I always eyeball. Every time I come into this area over here, I always look at that and I'm like, you know what? That'd be a great place to go walk someday. But I know that. Well, definitely thank you for sharing that. I knew it was another little piece of something that had happened right here in this area before we even get to the things that are currently happening at this house where we're at, which actually tonight we were able to share a couple of things actually on with all the orbs and all that, but we'll get into that at a different time.
Yep.
But I want to thank you again for being on the show.
Thank you, Chuck.
And we look forward to hearing from you again. You have so many interesting things to share. Time is now.
Have a good night, Chuck.
And you as well. Thank you, folks. Thanks.